Hey there, Newfoundland. I'm just actually putting away what I reviewed tonight, or what I'm about to review. I just finished watching one of the three movies this here set. I'll talk to you about in a second. From a good friend of mine, and I think the first person I ever traded with on here, a Grey 1951. And it is the Sci-Fi Classics collection. It was a two-disc set. It had Attack the Crab Monsters, War of the Satellites, and Now This Earth. Of course, Now This Earth is a classic that was remade twice over, and it was actually what I took it to watch tonight because I wanted to basically. I remember this one creeped me out when I was a kid. Paul Birch and Beverly Garland looking gorgeous, but I actually went for something different. I decided I was going to check out Attack the Crab Monsters because it's been a long, long time since I've seen this movie, and I really remembered very little about it. I pretty much knew that the girl in it was cute, and the guy that would later go on to play basically the professor, Ian Gilligan's Island, was in it. He did a lot of that science fiction stuff early on in his career. Now, his name was Russell Johnson. The girl was Pamela Duncan, and she was actually really, really cute. Richard Garland's is kind of the star of this one, and of course it's Roger Corman, produced and directed. Screenplay by Charles B. Griffith. So how did this one stack up? Of course the effects are really cheesy and stuff like that, but it's a 1950s monster movie. 50s? I'm guessing. Yes. 56 or 57. And it's a really good one. The movie it runs at 62 minutes long, so it doesn't have the time to get like boring or too wordy. The creatures actually work pretty well, and it has some neat concepts that go above and beyond its B monster movie pedigree. Now, the cool thing about this one is that we have these giant crab monsters, these crab creatures that I guess were born through some type of radiation type thing. It's not really explained totally, or if it was, it totally went above my head. And since it's kind of late, that's possible. Basically, there's a group of scientists and some Navy people in there, and they go to basically look for this other group that was there before. It's kind of like, it would become kind of almost like a cliche thing, but this was back in the 50s, so not so much at that point. And these people have disappeared. They can't find them, and they hear them at night, like the girl and the guy hears one of the scientists calling at them at night. Unfortunately, that scientist is supposedly dead, so they really don't know what's happening. There's a creature out there. I wonder if the scientist is working with them. Is the scientist some kind of invisible man? It kind of alludes to a lot of different things. But what's really neat is that the scientist is actually dead. Big spoilers here, but the creature has the ability to, when it like kills somebody or kills its chops off its head, its arms, whatever, when it kills the person that they kill, they actually take in their psychic memories. So I've got this creature in it, and it would be just a normal hokey creature, except for this really neat twist. So we actually hear the guy, kind of the disembodied voice of the guy calling out to them, and basically it's the crab monster that's psychically using his brainwave patterns, his psychic aura, whatever, to reproduce it, to taunt and go after and to draw in these people. There's sort of a triangle, almost kind of a love triangle thing that is alluded to and not really played up too much, but just kind of like thrown in there every once in a while. It does make sense to the way the movie is, and there is an almost too pat conclusion to it. But or maybe it wasn't too pat. Maybe it's all eyes wide shut, where it just looks like it's pat. It's not really. This is a really fun movie. This is a great set, guys. If you haven't seen this set, or haven't been able to, or if you've seen it and you haven't picked it up, it's got count them, three actually really cool movies. Actually, I haven't seen War of the Satellites in a long time, so I'll assume that one's cool. But Attack the Crab Monsters, Now This Earth are both classic films. Not a lot to say about Attack the Crab Monster, except the fact that it was a fantastic movie. done extremely well. And just to let you know, there is a commentary for this one here. Both the Crab Monster and Now This Earth have a commentary on them. There's a Salute Roger Corman on here, and a trailer collection. A 25 trailer collection of Roger Corman films. Pretty cool stuff. So check it out, the Sci-Fi Classics collection. This is my horror one for tonight, but specifically Attack the Crab Monsters. Maybe I do Now This Earth sometime next week. But for a nice, good, quick watch tonight, a very entertaining watch, Attack the Crab Monsters fills that spot rather nicely. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 on the monster movie scale. To be honest, I was tempted to give it a 3.75 just because the concept behind these creatures are so incredibly well done. It'll be interesting to see. They'd ruin it now, but it would have been interesting, maybe in the 80s, or to see them do something with this concept again. It's a very cool concept. I love the idea of the psychically ravenous creatures. Cheesy, yes. Sometimes you can see the legs underneath the crab monster, but it doesn't take away from the enjoyment one bit. In fact, for some reason, it enhances it. Thanks for watching. It's a little quick review tonight. Got to get to bed because I've got to work in the morning, so it's time for tea, and have a great one.